Hogwarts Legacy girlfriend review. I've seen it. I'm pretty sure I've seen this person's previous videos, like the Elden Ring one and the I believe Dark Souls as well. So let's take a look.
Hogwarts Legacy girlfriend reviews. Here we go.
This is Girlfriend Reviews. It's a comedy show about video
Yeah,
games. But
I've
every
seen this
now and
one.
then, a game comes along
Not this
that
one,
just
sorry.
doesn't make us feel very funny. Hogwarts
Yeah.
Legacy is one of those games. Our footage is hilarious.
There's no horse.
What is happening?
Oh no, it's
Oh,
magical.
it's magic. Oh,
I
yeah,
forget.
it's a magic game.
It's
Sorry.
fine. It's fine. It's fine.
The punchlines practically write themselves.
What is that? Oh, it's part
it's
of it.
magic.
It's
Every time we
magic.
think
He's
that's
playing the
funny,
Jesus game.
it's magic.
Yeah.
But the biggest joke is the one about how our decision to review the new Harry Potter made headlines after a clip of me getting quote-unquote bullied off stream went viral. So I need
Oh,
to
yeah,
set
I've
the
seen that.
record straight about a few things.
Okay.
First, I didn't cry. I just got a little verklempt. And even if I was brought to tears, how is that news? I cry every day. Second, not all of what happened that morning on Twitch was bullying. There were a lot of hateful messages deleted by our mod team, but it's Twitch chat, so we're kind of used to that. Many viewers were simply voicing their disappointment. Disappointment.
Oh, I think, and yeah, that's fine. If you don't want to watch somebody play a game for whatever reason, that's okay.
Yeah.
The only
that's-
problem is whenever it's actual harassment.
exactly.
Based on the fact that buying Hogwarts Legacy puts money
Yeah, because if you don't want someone to play, like, for whatever reason, a game, it doesn't even have to be Hogwarts. Could be something that doesn't have drama. Just you really don't like the game. Then that's fair as a fan, you know, you can critique. But it's like when it becomes harassment and like actual trying to attack the streamer, that's different.
in the pocket of J.K. Rowling, a woman who funds anti-LGBTQ political activity.
See, I never heard of that, and I still have to look into it, but I've never heard of that.
That is as valid an argument as any to vote with your wallet. So if you're one of those edgelords going around saying, "No, I'm gonna buy 2 copies," you are being mean and weird.
They're not being any weirder than the people attacking people,
On
so
the other
I can guarantee you that none of them give a fuck.
exactly.
Yeah, they are absolutely being mean and weird because they don't want to be told what to do. That's exactly right.
hand, most consumers struggle to keep track of all the unspeakably evil people their daily purchases endorse.
Very
And
true.
nobody wants to be labeled pro-child labor for tweeting from their iPhone any more than they want to be labeled transphobic for downloading Hogwarts Legacy.
That's true.
Especially if how they vote on election day says something different than how they vote on the PlayStation Store. And then there's me and Matt, 2 video game critics who received a review copy of Hogwarts Legacy for free. It is our
nice.
job to appraise video games while providing commentary
Yeah.
on any controversies surrounding them.
Oh yeah.
Oh, do they? I didn't know they actually cover controversies. I've never heard them bring it up in their previous videos. Or maybe I just missed it.
And if you've ever watched our show, you should know that we don't hold any punches.
I'll
when it-
tell you guys again, like with Blizzard, the real subtext to that whole fucking, Riot went through the same thing that Blizzard did, and so did Ubisoft Games.
Yeah.
Nobody got that upset about it because the games were good.
comes to calling
I don't know
out-
about
Yeah, that's a-
Ubisoft,
that's a
This
but
real
yeah.
channel
scene
has
from
always been
Sonic 3.
committed to creating a safer space for women in the gaming community.
The best thing about a David Cage woman is the derogative to take a little punch
And despite what J.K. Rowling says,
What is that? What kind of a game is that?
trans women are women. Even the Hogwarts Legacy
I mean, that was by Stephen King. He's not exactly the scientist I would go to for biology. Not that I'm saying he's wrong or anything like that, but I'm saying like that's like a completely different field than what he's known for.
stream in question was trying to raise money for a charity that I'm really passionate about. This is why I cried. Almost cried when fans, randos, and trolls overwhelmed us with accusations of transphobia.
You're never gonna make these people happy.
Nope.
Like, the moment that you step out of the little tiny box that they allow you to exist in, they're going to hate you for it.
Yeah, like you could literally have like 100% of proceeds go to trans activist groups, and it still would not be enough. It's never enough.
You can never capitulate with them and compromise with them and rationalize with them. It's just never going to work.
If you're one of those people, I love you, but brace yourself, because the main reason I wanted to grapple with Hogwarts Legacy is that
Look,
Wow.
it's just fucking racist.
Yeah,
It's just
just straight up racist. Imagine if there was any other race, like black tiers, Asian tiers. Like, dude, what the hell is wrong with you?
a fucking racist. Who gives a shit? This is why you can never take these people seriously. And that's why people are buying 2 copies. Because they're so
Yeah.
fucking sick of seeing this.
I am a Jew.
Exactly.
Shalom, my mishpucha. And yes, J.K. Rowling is transphobic, but Hogwarts Legacy in and of itself evokes hallmark anti-Semitic
I keep hearing that, but no one has put out a video on exactly what she has done. I'll look to see if I can find one to react to, because I am super curious, because everything I read online is like either she is or she isn't. Like, no one's been able to kind of clearly express why she is or why she isn't. You know what I mean?
propaganda that I should not need permission to investigate. Unfortunately, Hogwarts Legacy's money-grubbing, hook-nosed caricatures did not make me feel anywhere near as villainized or unsafe as being put on a list for which I have received nonstop intimidation to be silent ever since.
I think that makes sense, right? Is like, I think it's very fair to, as a Jewish person, see that and be like, hey, this does remind me a lot of like weird stereotype things. It doesn't necessarily mean it was done on purpose.
Yeah.
But it's okay to acknowledge that. That's totally fine.
Speak out against
I mean, that's basically the acknowledgement that a stereotype for Jewish people is that they love money, and they're like bankers, I guess, which is a stereotype of them. So that's not really untrue. But to characterize everything that is that as a stereotype of Jewish people, I think is also kind of wrong in a way.
racism, and transphobia has cost us an entire platform from which our voices could be heard. The Girlfriend Reviews subreddit has been locked indefinitely, and both of our accounts have been permanently suspended after false reports
What?
claiming we were promoting hate and even threatening violence.
Oh,
I
that's
very
bullshit.
much disagree that doing my job as a comedian,
Yeah, see, this is what I'm saying. Like, you will never make these people happy.
Nope.
And even if you try to like reason with them and tell them like, oh, well, I'm actually on your side, you will never pass the Russian nesting doll of endless purity tests that will eventually result in you failing.
Yep.
This will
Good.
never happen.
Because as soon as you do one thing, that's it. There's never coming back for these people. Like, you're literally, like, you jumped off a cliff. You're not coming back on top of the cliff. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter what you do. If it turns out, even if it turns out like what happened was fake and it wasn't true, it still won't matter.
Because you
Because
have
these
to keep in
people-
mind,
These people actually don't care. You got to remember that. They actually don't really care whether they're right or wrong. They just care about trying to be feeling like they're the hero, they're the good person by doing as little work as possible. So to them, it's not about being actual justice or like anything being real. It's their feelings that matter most.
And
if them acknowledging that they're wrong makes them feel bad, they're never going to do it. Doesn't matter what you present.
these people wield power through grievance. So if they don't have a grievance with you, they don't have power. Nobody's going to give up their power.
Exactly.
and Jewish woman, all while fundraising for LGBTQ
Doesn't
charity,
matter.
is promoting hate or threatening violence.
Yep, doesn't
It's also a case where you give them that power as well. So
Doesn't
But
matter.
congratulations, I guess, because the last time an online community put us on their list, we had to ignore them for over a year before things escalated into false accusations of violent threats.
That's
this
right.
time, it took less than
And also, I think that the more that you, this is the truth. On the internet, chickens. If one chicken starts bleeding, every other chicken starts pecking the bleeding chicken until it's dead. It's a pecking
probably
party.
even past that.
There's
you
even
know?
a word for it. The solution to that on the internet is don't bleed. You can't. If you let people see that it's bothering you and you start doing this,
You open
they
up the
will
floodgates.
never let you go. They will push this
Yep.
on you. And the thing is, there will also be other people that don't like the fact that she said that J.K. Rowling is transphobic because they agree with J.K. Rowling. Now they will be calling her transphobic to troll her and make her upset. There is no winning.
Exactly.
In a week for that to happen and cause measurable damage to our livelihood by
water.
revoking
Yep.
our access to an essential website for content creators. Not to mention all the blatant lies and misinformation slandering our personal reputations. That's right. According to this article and the scary amount of people regurgitating it, girlfriend reviews are a couple of pedophile defenders.
Okay, that freaking came
Well,
out
these
of
people
nowhere.
are out here writing fan fiction.
Yeah. Literally,
Bro,
they're
they're
like, wait, we're mad at these people? Why are we mad at it? Who cares? Just post something.
Right, they're trying to compete with J.K. Rowling. Who can make them more? Like, is Hogwarts more fake or this? Yeah,
Jesus.
they're schizo posting. Yes. Yeah, you're just never gonna win with these people.
Every now and then, a video game comes along that
Uh-huh.
just doesn't make us feel very funny. And Hogwarts Legacy is the least we've laughed in our entire career. Between the transphobia, the anti-Semitism, the harassment in pursuit of political aims from both sides, and the fact that even without those things, we genuinely think Hogwarts Legacy is aggressively mediocre, there is simply no way to review it
Really? I thought it was a fairly good game so far. I don't think it's like one of the best by any means, but especially for like this genre of games, it's probably up there in like the top 10.
without making more people
And by genre, I mean like magic, like you're a wizard or a witch. I can't think of any other game that off the top of my head would be better than this, than Hogwarts Legacy.
dangerously upset at us than there already are just for trying to review it at all. So,
Yep.
this isn't a review of Hogwarts Legacy.
Well, I mean, all right. It worries me whenever somebody takes this approach because there will be a game in the future and there will be people who are unhappy about this because at the end of the day, so I'm going to be kind of critical of this video and the approach that the video has because
If I had to guess, he's going to be critical on the fact that they acknowledged that the harassment did really get to them, and that it caused them to change their normal format. If I had to guess on why Asman doesn't agree, which I actually do agree as well, is I don't think they should have brought attention to this. I don't think they should have talked about it on their videos. Because let's be fair, the people who are going to their subreddit, their Twitter, is a very small fraction of their actual fan base who watch their videos. So, but bringing it to light, now you have pretty much everyone who is a fan knowing about it. Like, I didn't know about it, and I am subscribed to them. I believe so. Like I said, I've seen their stuff. But I had no idea this was happening. And it's not like I think less of them in any way. I don't. But I do know that because of this, people who didn't know but still have a quote unquote side that they're full under, now they have a side, whether good or bad, against the video. So, really wish not wish, but I do believe they shouldn't have even mentioned any of it. They should have just done their video like normal.
I've had experience doing things like this in the past, and I've seen how it's negatively affected me. I find this approach to be not effective, and I think that it will ultimately be negative. The reason why it will be negative is because what you are essentially doing is you are depriving the viewers of content.
Yeah.
The people here do not care about your heritage. They do not care about your gender. They do not care about your political views. They don't care about any of those things. They are following
Exactly.
your stream. They are watching your videos because they like your content. And
I mean, it depends also. Like, if you're watching content specifically for that political view, that's different, though. So I agree with Asmin on that, but I do think he's missing out on that. Like Hassan. Like, Hassan's like a political streamer, right? I could be wrong. But from what I know, he kind of is. So for Hassan, like, it made sense for him not to want to stream it. I don't think he probably should have brought it up other than maybe just say, yeah, I don't really feel like playing it. Comes with too much drama. Or like, I'm not going to play it because of J.K. Rowling, like, and just done with it. But even then, he would have got shit no matter what. But I think it's because he's a political streamer that people expect a side to be picked. um, in that particular instance. But with like girlfriend reviews, Asman, most other content creators and streamers, like they're not like a left leaning or right leaning. They're just streamers. You know what I mean? Their content isn't reliant upon their views on political events.
The moment that you put something in the way of that, you will earn their resentment. That's just what's going to happen. Because the people don't care about you. They don't know you. You are on a screen. The only interaction they have with you is through your content. So if you take that away from them, they will then resent you for it. I made this mistake with Final Fantasy XIV. And I said I didn't want to play it and deal with it because of different troublemakers in chat. And the truth is that that tells a lot of people that, hey, the reason why he's not playing the game isn't actually because of the game. Like, we're just losing good content that we want to see because he's being a bitch. That's what people...
That is... I didn't know about this, actually. I didn't know he had, like, said it was because of bad actors. But that is funny, because that is something like... If it happened to someone else and Asman react to that person, you do know he would call them a big bitch. Like, stop being a big bitch and just do your content. So that's actually pretty funny.
People told me. And they were like, well, what the fuck, man? We want to watch the game. We don't care. Like, who cares? Like, we don't care if you're getting harassed. It doesn't matter to us. We want to watch the content. Shut the fuck up. Stop crying. Stop crying and make the videos. That's it.
I think a lot
and the
of people,
thing is, like, it's sad. And people are like, oh, well, they should have more empathy for you. No, who gives a fuck?
But I think that's true, though, that most people would feel that way. Like, dude, just have a thicker skin. Because they're not, like he mentioned, most of your viewers, if not all, are not there for actually you. Unless, like, maybe they're your friends in real life. In which case, yeah, then of course they're going to care that you're getting harassed. But other than that, they're there for the content. In general. I mean, you can have updates on like what's happening in your real life and people can, sympathize with it, but it can't be a reason why you don't issue out more content. They're not going to care about that.
And it's just, and I think the worst part is that what I worry about her and like her husband or boyfriend or whatever, I worry about this being a repeated thing whenever they play the next game that has any degree of
Atomic Heart
controversy to it, because now people have seen that they can influence them and change what they do
bullying
in a direction. Yep. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to push you so hard for you to do it again, so we can control you with it, because it worked. That's it. Atomic Heart. And we're seeing this thing with the Super Mario World, right? Like, I would have loved to go to Super Mario World, by the way. Like, holy fuck. Like, that. Like, I never want to go to Disneyland. I don't give a fuck. Like, if I had a girlfriend, she loved Disneyland, I'd take her to Disneyland and I pretend that I like it. But, like, personally, I'm not going to give a fuck. But I'm telling you, Super Mario World land, ooh, man, I would be there in a heartbeat. And, yeah, I would not have no problem with it.
that sounds interesting.
But, yeah, people say that, but, like, how is this okay? But, like, fucking Saudi Arabia fucking Arabia owns like 6 to 7, 8% of Nintendo. What is this? I don't know. It seems like a little bit of, and I guarantee you people will bring this up. Let me go back. I'll read a few more of them. I also don't think Hogwarts Legacy is aggressively mediocre. I do think it's a good game, of a single player game.
Yeah, that's what I said too. Like, I don't know why they said it was aggressively mediocre. Like, I don't think they've played enough games to really know what that means, like, then. Because a lot of their games they review are actually top tier games, like Witcher, Zelda Breath of the Wild, like Dark Souls. I think Dark Souls. But either way, it's definitely not like... I would give it like at a 7 or 8 out of 10. Because I think the combat's kind of crappy. But that's about it. Like, I really love everything else about the game.
I have enjoyed Hogwarts Legacy more than I enjoyed Hi-Fi Rush, or at least so far. They're so different games, though, it's very hard for me to say. I don't really play a lot of single-player games, so it's hard for me to really benchmark it. Yeah, more than Forspoken. Yes, it was better than Forspoken, and it was better than Hi-Fi Rush. Yeah, that's what I would say. It was a 7.5 out of 10. I ranked Hogwarts Legacy an 8.5 out of 10.
Yeah,
That's it.
That sounds about right.
Let me go back over and read the rest of these comments. This is a review of Hogwarts.
I just compare it to like, what do I consider like a 10 out of 10? Witcher 3. So I'm like, okay, well, how does Witcher 3 compare with Hogwarts Legacy? I think in terms of the world and like, especially Hogwarts itself, I think Hogwarts itself is 10 times better than anything in Witcher 3 in terms of location and secrets and like little things here and there. I don't think anything in Witcher 3 even comes close. But the overall open world, they're about the same. I think maybe Witcher a little bit more. But honestly, they're so close that I wouldn't really tell the difference. So it really came down to just the combat. Because I think their sound is amazing. The voice acting is really well done. So it was just really the combat that I found lacking in Hogwarts. So that's why I took like 2 points off of there. Because combat's pretty important.
Legacy, it's a review of what it's like to review Hogwarts Legacy. It's actually not. Like I'll tell you that, like, obviously I cover all drama. Like, any drama that happens, anything bad that happens, I'm making content about it. I'm talking about it. This is what I do. Because I like talking about it, because I feel like everybody else that talks about it doesn't give it a fair shake.
That's also true. That's why I really like Asmon's videos as well. What I also like is that he doesn't really care if people try to go after him. Like he mentioned, he gets canceled and doesn't even realize it.
There are a few people out there that I do actually think give drama a really fair shake, but overall, I think most people do not. And they are not fair with it at all, and that's why I try to talk about it, because I'm like, well, fuck them. They don't know what they're talking about. I've got to go put my take out there so nobody actually starts thinking the stupid things other people are saying.
Yeah.
That's it. And Ludwig are fair. I like Ludwig. I respect Ludwig's opinions a lot. But there are other people too besides him as well. But anyway, I'll look at the rest of this too. My God, guys, I didn't even know this was happening. What an incredible drama. Exactly. I had nobody harass me for playing Hogwarts Legacy. And do you know why? Because the second they typed something into chat that was negative, it was instantly fucking banned. Instantly deleted. Instantly blocked. Instantly removed. And I never worried about it for a second. Because they don't matter. It's just noise. That's it. Love you guys in a couple of years. Honestly, a shock to see this happen to you guys. Yeah, and the reason why it happened is just because it's just because she was like, it sounded like she was crying. Whether she was or not, it sounded like she was. One of those wholesome, least controversial gaming channels on the website, and it's surprised this happened to you guys of all people. That's why it happened to them. Because the reason why is, like, a lot of these types of, like, Twitter activists, they don't go after somebody like me. Because it's like, if you throw a pig in the mud, the pig is happy. You see, but if you take a swan, this nice, beautiful, like, white swan, you throw that fucking swan in the mud, it's the worst day of that swan's life. That's the reason. Exactly. So they look for somebody that they can throw in the mud like that.
That or someone like the reason, I mean, they do go after Asmon. It's just, I think he keeps blocking them. So eventually, it's not as many of them that can go after him because they're blocked.
Won't enjoy it. That's it. Yeah, they invited these people into their community. I don't think that there's anything that they did to invite them into their community.
I don't think they invited it, but they acknowledged them, which is the issue here, at least to me. Like, ignoring them would have been the best approach. Just ban them as they come, ignore them, and block them wherever you see them. So,
I don't think that's fair to say. But anyway. Oh, let me link the video. Let me give me 1 second. Let me link this for you guys real quick. Seem like the game police reviewing controversial games. Well, I think everybody that is reviewing games is effectively the game police. Okay, that's just the way that it is.
I guess in a sense, at the least they're game judges because they're reviewing it, right?
Predators always have their preference of prey. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it just makes sense. being overly tolerant and apologetic to radicals will invite them to go even farther. It will. And it will also invite people who resent them for doing so to go even farther, as if they are the radicals.
Yep. Yeah. It basically, that's what I meant, like, not meant, but that's the thing with acknowledging them, is by acknowledging them and the like so-called issue they're bringing up, you're forced to pick a side, and no matter what side you pick, people are not going to like you. Like, that's just how it is, especially for a very big content creator. Like, from what I understand, Go from Reviews is fairly big. Um, Honestly, I think they should have just not even acknowledged it. I feel like a broken record, but yeah.